Google Sheets have grown up significantly since its launch, as much as that now it is the biggest competitor for Excel in spreadsheet applications. For Excel users nowadays, it is important to learn Google Sheets as well. If you feel the same or simply curious about how things are done differently in Google Sheets, then you are at the right place. I'm starting up a new stream of videos on Google Sheets, and here you will learn how to use Google Sheets and the comparison between Google Sheets and Excel. In this video, we will explore VLOOKUP and HLOOKUP in Google Sheets. Hi guys, welcome back to Tech Reflections. I am Vikram and this is the first video of Google Sheet versus Excel stream. In today's video, we will see how VLOOKUP and HLOOKUP work in Google Sheet and how it is similar and different from the same function in Excel. Here I'm going ahead with the assumption that you are all aware of how VLOOKUP works in Excel. But if not, then I recommend you to check out the video for the same by clicking on the I button at the top right of this video. Let's deep dive into VLOOKUP and HLOOKUP in the Google Sheets. Here we are in Google Sheet, and here the first thing that we are looking into is VLOOKUP. And for VLOOKUP, we want to see the items sold by salesman. In our case, it is Melissa. So let's see how VLOOKUP is used here in Google Sheets. We'll start with the equal to, same as we do in Excel. We start it. There will be a question mark shown at either, which means that you can click on this to enable the syntax help. So this way you can get it. So if you see, the syntax is more or less same as that of Excel, where first is search key, then range, then index, and is sorted. In search key was the lookup value that we were searching in Excel, then range is the table array, and index is the column name, column number, and is sorted is false, like we were using for the exact match. So let's go to the formula, let's close it. And here the value we are looking up is this one, so H3, comma, then the range, that would be this whole range would be given, that would be B2 to E16. Then the next would be column, the column from where we want to retrieve our result. So that would be here we need the column number. So the column number would be, let's say we need an item, so that would be the third column. So 3, and then and next argument would be false, and we'll close the parenthesis and we'll press enter, and we are able to get this as a value stapler. So if you see, for Melissa, the item sold was stapler, which is absolutely right. If we change it from Melissa to, let's say, Larry, so this shows as pencil set. Let's check with Larry. Larry is in row number 7, and this is the item pencil set. So that means our VLOOKUP is working fine. Let us see the HLOOKUP also in the same way. For HLOOKUP, we would be using the table on the right where we have sales for apple, oranges, pears, and bananas for specific dates. So what we are trying to search here is, for via HLOOKUP, is that we want to see sales for a particular fruit on a particular date. So here we want to see if sales for banana on 13th of September. Let's say how this is done via HLOOKUP. We'll start the same way, the equal to, then HLOOKUP, and if you click on this question mark, we'll see the search help. Then here, as it was for the VLOOKUP, search key, then range, then index, and then it's sorted. So the first would be the key that we are searching, then the range, the table array, and the index would be the row number here, and then whether we want the exact or approximate match. So as of now, let's close it and come back to HLOOKUP. So the value we are searching for here is banana, so that is H7, comma, and now we have to give the range. So the range for us would be this K1 to N16, then comma. now we need to give the row number from where we are searching for that particular value. So we want this for the 13th of November, so 13th of September. So the row number for 13th of September is 14. So we'll give the row number as 14. And then the last would be false for the exact match. Then we close the parenthesis and we press enter. So the value we are getting is $876. Let's see for 13th for banana. Yes, it is $876. Let us change it and maybe check it for oranges. So for 13th, oranges sale is $665, which is same here. But as we know that there is a limitation with VLOOKUP and HLOOKUP is that we have to give the exact number of row number or the column number, with row number in case of HLOOKUP and column number in case of VLOOKUP to retrieve the value. So that can be also taken care of by using the match function. As you must be aware that the match function gives us the row number for any particular value. So if you don't know how match function works, then you can watch another video for index match functions that was created, and now the link for that would be there in the description. So for match function, I'll just use this cell to show you how the match function works. So sorry, so it would be a match. And in this case, let's say the first example for VLOOKUP. So in VLOOKUP, we gave the row number as 3 for the column number as 3 for the item. So if we, let's say if we want to find out that from match, let's see how that would be done. So again, we can see the formula help here. First the search key, then we have a range, and then we have the search type. Let's see how this is done. First is the value that we are searching for. So we need, let's say, item here, and then where we want to search. So we want to search in this array, and then we want to see that the last argument would be the search type. So search type would be 0 for the exact match. So let's say it gives us 3. So 3 is the column number for item. So so we can just copy this match formula from here and press escape to come out of edit mode. And when we go here in the VLOOKUP formula, in place of 3, where we have explicitly written 3, we can just copy this formula and see how it works and press enter. Okay, it still gives us pencil set, so which is okay. But that's let's say if we want to change this to category this time, we want to see the sales were made in which category. So when we press enter, so we have got the category as stylus. So now we don't need to remember the column number exactly. So same is the case for HLOOKUP also. In HLOOKUP, we have given the exact row number. So that can also be done via the match functions. I'll leave it to you. Use it, this match function in the HLOOKUP, and tell me if you are able to do it. Drop a comment and let me know if you are able to do it or if you are facing some issues. Okay, so that is how VLOOKUP and HLOOKUP works in Google Sheets. So you have seen they both VLOOKUP and HLOOKUP are almost similar to the way we used it in our Excel, almost same, in fact, we can say, because the number of arguments also are same, and even the positioning of those arguments is also same. So this is the part we have seen where these functions are same. Coming up in this video is how VLOOKUP and HLOOKUP are different in Google Sheets than in Excel. If you are finding this video useful, then like this video and share it with your friends. Also subscribe to the channel and press bell icon so that you get notified when the next video will be published. So in this video, we have already covered how VLOOKUP and HLOOKUP behave in the same way and used in the same way in Google Sheet and Excel. But now let's see how both these functions used differently in as compared to Excel in Google Sheet as compared to Excel. So first of all, this would be in case of array functions. So we would be using the VLOOKUP function which returns an array. But let's first do it in an Excel sheet, because in my video on VLOOKUP on Excel sheets, I have not covered this part. So in this video, I'll cover that also. So let's first move to an Excel sheet. So this is the Excel sheet, and this time we have, this is the same data that we saw in our Google Sheet. And let's see how VLOOKUP returns an array and how that would be done in Excel, and then we'll see how that would be done in Google Sheet. So the scenario we are trying to look at here is that we have two salesmen, Carlos and John, and we want to see sales from both these salesmen in a single VLOOKUP function. So let's see how that would be done in Excel. So here we use the usual VLOOKUP formula, but this time and the lookup value, rather than selecting one value, we will select both these values, and then the table array, same, we will give the table array. This is the table array. Then next is the column index. So sales is in our fourth column in our range, so 4. Then the final argument would be false for the exact match. And we close the parenthesis, but we will not press the enter. Let's say if we press the enter, we'll get an error, because right now this function is returning a array which VLOOKUP is not capable of handling. So in those cases, in Excel, how do we do? We use, rather than pressing enter, we use Control Shift Enter. And once we use Control Shift Enter, then you can see we have this value 1900. What is this 1900 means? This actually should be the sales for Carlos. That's our first salesman. Let's see if this is correct. Yeah, this is correct. So if we drag this a little down, we got the sales as 840. Should be the sales for John, and which is also correct. And if we change, let's say from Carlos, we move it to Kevin. So Kevin is the first row, then we get 1500, which is correct. And in case of John, if we change it to, let's say, Mary, so Mary would be in row 12, that is 4050. So this way, the array function is working in VLOOKUP with the help of Control Shift Enter. So same thing if we need to do in this Google Sheets, how are we going to do that? So again, because we have already seen that the VLOOKUP formula is same for Google Sheet and for Excel, but for arrays, how it is different, let's see that. So we'll use the usual VLOOKUP formula, and this time we'll select both of these values as our lookup value, and then we'll give whole of this range as the table array or the lookup range, you can say. And then next would be the column number. The column number in again would be 4, and the final argument will be false for the exact match. And now if we press enter, so it will give an error here also, because again the same problem that the VLOOKUP is not handling the array. But in this case, now it would not be Control Shift Enter which will help us. Rather, there is another thing that you need to add, that would be an array formula. So that your whole of your formula needs to be within array formula, so that Google Sheet comes to know that this is an array formula. So you just have to use array formula and put your a whole VLOOKUP formula inside that, and let's press enter and see. This way it's now working fine, where it shows the sales for Larry as 1350. Let's see if this is correct. Yes. Then sales 2 is for Steve, that is 3000, so which is also correct. And if we change it to, let's say, Fred is 1425, so is that correct? Yes. And let's say we change Steve to maybe Joy. So for Joy the sale is 9000, so this is correct. So this is how we saw VLOOKUP as working a little differently for array formulas. So in case of Excel, we use Control Shift Enter to tell Excel that this is a array formula. And in case of Google Sheet, Control Shift Enter will not work. So we have to use array formula. So that you can see front of our formula, we have used array formula. Okay, so with these examples, I hope you must have a good idea about how VLOOKUP and HLOOKUP functions are similar and different in Google Sheet and Excel. I have not used HLOOKUP for this array function, but I suggest you go ahead and use this array function for HLOOKUP also, and drop a comment and tell me how it went. Are you able to do it, or you are facing some issues? Do let me know. In subsequent videos in this stream, we will explore some more tools and functions in Google Sheets, and we'll compare it with Excel. Let me know in comment below how this video will helpful to you in start using Google Sheets now, or if you have not done it already. If you want to learn more about lookup functions in Excel, then the link for those videos will be on your screen now. I'll see you all in the next video. Till then, stay safe, stay healthy. Goodbye.